Pay out the believers 78%. Honestly, the 22% doubters, I don't think I could be mad at you. I was not overstating my level of mental duress, okay? I was doing my best. That was an accurate portrayal. Oh, we're playing more Isaac. I'm just being honest with you. I don't have like the mental acuity to actually like play much today that is not muscle memory. That's not baked into the firmware. Just being live and alive today is like, you don't realize, dude, this is a stretch. Will NL win this one? I'm just happy to be like breathing, man. Don't chill. You're doing it. You can't make me laugh because when you laugh, I wish that this was a joke. And when I laugh, my butthole hurts because I've had to poop so much over the last 3 days. When it just this message from Chivley. Hello, can my friend Yukon Suck get a shout out on stream? Oh man. Whew. That is good stuff, dude. That is good stuff. You guys, I'm losing it. Or maybe I think I'm actually refinding it. Dehydration is no joke as well. Like I'm not trying to be one of those streamers who's like stay hydrated, but like genuinely. Okay. Plus 2 secret, we got literally plus 2 secret rooms. And again, this is probably more information than I should be sharing, okay? But it's not that gross. It's more just troubling. If you find yourself with food poisoning or like you're going diarrhea like 12 times a day, drink as much more water than you feel comfortable drinking. Drink until you feel bloated. The first day that I had this, like I said, I drank 15 glasses of water. I don't think I ever got up to go pee. My body was using every single molecule of H2O that it could grip onto. It's a bad sign. No wonder I was feeling so messed up. I was also pooping a lot of it out. Like, a lot of it out. But I remember, I think it was like Wednesday afternoon. I was laying on the couch, and then I stood up. And I was like, I have to go pee. And in my head, it was like Bill Withers' voice. It was like, you know. Then I know it's gonna be a lovely day. And I was like, that plus the Subway sandwich, I knew I was gonna live. I knew this was not gonna kill me. Rip ear users. That trinket doesn't get buffed by being gold. Another classic prank from the Binding of Isaac. We've introduced golden trinkets, which double the effect of the trinket's usage and utility. Except most of the time when it doesn't work. Back to you, Starla. And I don't need the jacket. Oh, man. Ooh. I'm not bullying Edmund. I'm making a joke at his expense. It's not even at his expense. It's at my expense. Where's my, the opportunity cost for my extra secret room that I'm supposed to have? Where it's 2006. Where's my flying car? Oh, there's one of them. Can we get a second one on this floor, or does it only instantiate on the following floor? Repeating, of course. Only from the next floor onwards. Cool, cool. That's pretty cool. You know what? That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty good. Did you see the UFO train on Twitter? I did see the UFO train on Twitter. I don't know. I was just, I found it humorous. I don't know, what was the context of the UFO train? I didn't think it was something like from a company where they were like, we're gonna build this. I thought it was something from like a digital artist that's like, they made it as like a comedy bit. I mean, like, it has to be satirical, right? They show a horrible traffic accident, and then everybody's honking and like pissed off because they're stopped by this horrible accident, and then the UFO train just like zooms right by it because it's not on the same, you know, it's not on the highway. That's gotta be satire. Speaking of satire, does anyone want to buy some land in the blockchain hills? You remember there was like, so there was that crypto island thing that like a lot of people thought was really cool, and then like some people were making fun of, and they were like, you could live here, and there's like a place where like, you know, like if you're not that based, you could like live here, but if you're like super based, you could live in the blockchain hills. I might know a guy who bought one of the 12 plots of land in the blockchain hills, and he's going through it right now. He recently came down with food poisoning, and it would really help him out a lot if someone would just pick up this deed for the land in the blockchain hills. Before you say no, okay? There's only 12 plots of land in the blockchain hills. And it's real. Wait, this has got to be a secret room. Well, incredible. There's only 12 plots. Does that... I haven't told you where it is yet. I haven't told you what it is yet, but there's only 12 of them. Don't you want it now? How's the internet there? I don't know. I thought it was one of those things where they were just going to figure it out later, I think. Like Theranos. I'll give you $350 for it? Well, it's not me, it's a friend of mine. But you could just shoot me your business proposal. Yes, one of the plots is owned by Snoop Dogg. One of them is owned by Shaquille O'Neal now. I believe Anthony Hopkins may be a neighbor of yours at some point in the future. Who introduced NFTs to Anthony Hopkins, man? This, like, the dude is like 86 fucking years old. Now you got him, he's like Anthony Hopkins.eth in his Twitter profile. It's like elder abuse. This isn't even like an anti-crypto thing. He's just he's too old to allow him to do that. I'm sorry, it's like actually, like, it's offensive, but like he doesn't know, man. You can't have Anthony Hopkins, you can't introduce this guy to NFTs, then have him putting the .eth in his Twitter handle, dude. He was Hannibal Lecter, like, let him live with some dignity. Worth? His father introduced them to me. So true. Chad, did he change his audio setup? He sounds different. Every single atom in my body has been broken down and rebuilt over the last 3 days. It's basically the ship of Theseus, as made famous by WandaVision, is very much a relevant philosophical experiment for us to be running right now. Is an NL that has had every part of his intestine and colon broken down by stomach acid in the last 72 hours and then rebuilt through Subway sandwiches is Is that the same guy? Am I the same guy that I was on Tuesday? I don't know, to be honest with you. What did you eat to get food poisoning? Hey, Neil deGrasse Tyson. How would I know? I eat a lot of shit. That all the food poisoning viruses have different gestation periods. How am I supposed to know? Oh, that's another card that's just kind of in the game as a joke. Did you eat some frozen chicken? I didn't. I also, someone said that there was a Canadian recall on raspberries that had norovirus. I have just literally wasted my spacebar. But that was only in New Brunswick. And even if you don't know that I live in BC, you should know that I don't live in New Brunswick because nobody lives in New Brunswick. So I was saved from the raspberries, at least. We go searching for another culprit. Same thing with organic strawberries. Okay, I'd like you to speak on that because I eat those at least 5 times a week. At a minimum. Okay, yeah, we'll probably take Revelation. Like you to provide some information on this organic strawberries discourse here. It was hepatitis A on the strawberries. I'm in Seattle though. Hepatitis A. That sounds bad. I'm gonna guess that I don't have that because I don't want to have that. I'm just gonna hope that one works itself out. Seems to have only been in Alberta and Saskatchewan. Okay, saved? Maybe. That one's more liver related, right? NBC? Oh, no, dude! Whew. I can't believe I'm alive, man. Like, the other thing is, I can't believe I haven't had to go to the bathroom over the course of the stream yet. I can't believe I streamed on Tuesday. If you had seen me on Wednesday, you would have been like, this motherfucker was live yesterday? On Wednesday, I don't know if I could have even booted up Super Auto Pets. Much less gotten 2 wins. You were a little out of your mind on Tuesday. Yeah, no, I knew something was wrong. I was not connected. Even today, I'm like, my brain is not working at like 100% capacity. That's for sure. Symptoms of hepatitis A include diarrhea, nausea, dark-colored urine, a yellowing of the eyeballs. Okay, look, sorry, I don't mean to make light of this. Diarrhea, nausea, yes. I didn't know my eyeballs are okay. Oh, man. Don't make me laugh, dude! I think my eyeballs are okay. Oh. You know what thought also stuck with me? Is like 2 weeks ago I was randomly itchy, right? And I was trying to diagnose it with chat, and then somebody said cytotoxic megacolon. And I googled cytotoxic megacolon, and it's like a damn nightmare, right? It's like it's horrible. And then I was like, how ironic would it be if I fucking died due to cytotoxic megacolon or something like that, like a week after, not making fun of it really, but like poking fun at it. And then also, like, a week after saying you guys have permission to make fun of me for dying in ironic ways. It would be like the perfect storm. I actually like kind of came to terms with it. It was like, it at least would be an interesting bit to go out on. Don't call it a cytotoxic megapint. Oh. Jeez, man. Do you have a will? No, but like, and again, this is no joke, but Wednesday night, I was like, I should make one. Like, pretty soon, I think. Just in case. Not because I think this is gonna kill me, but just because, you know, just going to the bathroom that much made me realize, like, you know, how fragile the human body is. You should leave Caden the baby some money. Yeah, the thought crossed my mind. I was that was gonna be one of the things I would probably put in the will. I've been thinking about it at least. What about chat? Well, as you know, taking profit is unethical. So whenever anybody subscribed to me over like the last 10 years, I wrote down a little slip of paper with their name and how many months they've been subscribed, and I put it in a big ledger book. And then I popped it into VTI, Vanguard's total US stock market index fund. And then I'm going to redistribute it all upon my demise. Not. Oh, everybody loves investing now. Normally when I talk about investing, everybody's like, oh, -2, bad luck, bad luck. All of a sudden, you're getting the rewards and everybody's excited to talk about the legacy of Jack Bogle. Well. The good news is you can still get in. I got this dynamite piece of property I'm repping for a friend of mine who's a little bit under the weather right now. It's a little house. Well, it's not a house. It's like a piece of land that you could build a house on in the Blockchain Hills. It's a community of like-minded individuals who all share similar interests, passions, and hobbies. I don't exactly know where it is. It's on one of the islands. I think it might be in Puerto Rico. That's my guess. Pop me in, dude. 10 more times the stream, it'll be a +2. Let's go. I could take that. 5,000 units, $384 million in property. Boom! That video did make me want to die. $3,833 properties, $386 million. Boom! God. I watched that like 10 times. You know what I watched 100 times was the video of that dude putting the elastics on the watermelon. Oh, man. And then he's like, that's the last elastic band I had. And then the watermelon shakes and he goes... And then it explodes. And oh, not only does it explode, but it shoots out from his desk like it hits him right in the chest. It knocks him off his computer chair. Oh, man. What, dude? I haven't laughed in like 3 days. Okay. I'm getting all the laughter out. I haven't experienced joy since like, I don't even know, man, because on Tuesday I was pretty messed up. Also, it's just a really funny video. Like, it's not like I'm just laughing at, you know, like... I don't know, I'm trying, you know, oh no, our table, it's broken. Like, that's, sure, it's droll. But, I mean, this video it's got a certain something, man. You're gonna lower my damage? Are you kidding me? Fuck you. It's an insanely good video, dude. What the hell? It's just, it's got everything. Like, the comedic timing of this is my last rubber band, and then... the watermelon gives, like, a warning shot before the real assault, and then... You know, it also has, one thing that I love, which is, like, at the moment of impact, like, the camera gets, knocked down, so there's, like, it almost has force feedback. The only thing it needs is, like, if as it fired, if they put, like a Windows error noise or something like that at the same time, then it would be... I would never watch anything ever again. Oh, man. The TikTok boom. Oh. That is good stuff. You gonna try to go to some World Cup games in Vancouver? Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I think it would be cool to go. I would love to. We'll see what the prices are for sure. My mom was savage, dude. She texted me. She knows I'm going through it, right? Like, she knows I'm ill. She texted me yesterday and said, wow, World Cup games in Vancouver. And I said, yeah, pretty cool. And then she said, you should Airbnb your place while the World Cup's going on. And I said, where would I stay? And then she said, you can come here. And then I said, well, then I would spend all the money from the Airbnb on going to visit you. And then she said, yeah, but you'll miss the riots. I was like, is this all like a setup for a riot punchline at the end of the day? It was just ruthless, man. Then I replied to her, I'm not that worried about riots when Croatia beat South Africa 1-0. She said lol, but I'm sure in her head she's like, there's gonna be riots. I think Vancouver's sports rioting days are behind it. Because we didn't riot during the World Juniors when they were here. And, like, if there had ever been an occasion to riot, it would have been Team Canada 2019 World Juniors. Because they were fucking ass. And tickets were so expensive. You had to buy the ticket packages, like, 2 years in advance. They send you, you paid 10 installments. You get tickets to like certain games, but if you want to make sure that you have access to the finals, you end up getting like, hey, Belarus versus Norway at fucking 2:30 a.m. local time. Doesn't sound like a great time. Anyway, all that, you're like, yeah, but Canada's so good in the World Junior competition, no big deal. Get eliminated by Finland in the damn quarterfinals, no disrespect to the Finns. As a result, we don't even get to play in a bronze medal game. Instead, I'm out there at the gold medal game, sitting in the damn nosebleeds, watching Finland versus Team America? Okay, I guess. Anyway, Finland won, so that's the good news.
Experimental pill. Something's wrong.
It's never enough for you, is it, Edmund? It's never enough. Dude, I shouldn't say that that's the first time I've laughed in like 2 days. Because there was also, I was laughing so hard at that post that I retweeted. Well, no, I didn't retweet it. I just cropped the meme and then tweeted it myself. But that was like, oh, my 3-year-old son has always been obsessed with driving for his entire life. So on our dead-end road, I let him drive on my lap. Is there any place in the lower mainland where a 3-year-old can drive vehicles? What the hell are you talking about, lady? What do you think people are going to reply to the post and be like, oh yeah, we have like a toddler racetrack in New West. We got like a little, just a little demolition derby we set up for the little kids. It was so good. It's the same run, dude. Because all this shit I get from when I put the baby to bed and then I'm waiting for her to fall asleep, I'll go on like r/shit mom groups say, because it's just a reminder that, you know, you might think that you've screwed up as a parent sometimes, because you're like, oh, maybe I should have given her cookies when she asked for cookies, and then you go on to this subreddit and you're like, oh my god, there's people out there doing this. I was laughing like to the extent that I thought I was gonna wake our daughter up like 5 times. There was one that it's graphic, so don't look it up, okay, unless you want to see it. But the title of the post was like, she really do be seasoning it though. And it was like a photo of something called a Lotus birth, which is you give natural birth and then, you know, the baby is connected to the placenta. Normally a doctor or a midwife or a doula or whatever would handle that. But instead, in the Lotus birth, you kind of wait for it to just decay naturally. Because you need a hobby, I guess. It's a spiritual thing. Okay, anyway. But then the title of she really do be seasoning it. And then the first post was like the baby and the placenta. And I once you've had a kid, you're like, you can still see it as like miraculous. You're like, sure, it's a little gross, but at the same time, oh, cute, that's like a newborn baby. But then in the second one, she was sprinkling like kosher salt and like rosemary on the placenta. And she wrote like it's a traditional practice to coat the placenta in like herbs and minerals and stuff like that so that the nutritional content can pass on to the baby or something like that. It just looked like an episode of like, you know, Chef's Table or something like that. You know, like at the end of the 50-minute documentary where they start playing the classical music really fast and it goes like and the dishes start coming out in the masterful plating, and then you see the name of the dish at the bottom, and this one was like, you know, Lotus placenta made by mom. Anyway, I do have to say, it was well seasoned. Like, it was... She had cooking experience. That thing was, like, coated in salt and pepper. Anyway. I mean, there's a lot of... this is just, I feel bad about, but the r/shit mom groups say, like, open my eyes. There's posts, and you never know how many of these are real, obviously, but, so there's homeschooling, which I, you know, did not do, and I understand the negatives of it, potentially, but I've met some homeschooled kids who are, like, I feel like they got the benefits of homeschooling, which is like an advanced education in terms of the speed at which they got it, and also like socially turned out fine. But apparently there's something called unschooling that I was also not aware of. And unschooling, and I'm ignorant to an extent when I say this, but is essentially homeschooling, but you kind of just let your kids do whatever they want. It's like a Montessori school, but instead of a school, it's just kind of like they're just sort of like living life. And then there was a post that was like, is anyone else unschooling their kids, and like they're not teaching them math or reading or writing or science? And then the post was just like, so I let my kids' passions determine where they want to learn. So I'll ask them if they want to read, and they say no. They just want to watch TV all day. Is this okay? My 13-year-old doesn't even know the alphabet. And I was like, that's not okay. I don't think you need to post on Facebook to figure out if that's okay. I know it's fake the way I read it, but the way it was, I'm paraphrasing with a lot of judgment attached, but I just love the idea that, like, well, the post started with like this insane preamble that was like, does anyone else feel like that when you take away reading, writing, and math, there's not that much value in modern schooling? They called it institutionalized learning. My mistake. If you take away the socialization aspect, the reading, writing, and arithmetic fundamentals that serve as the foundation for a successful and fulfilling adult life, does anyone think there's no value whatsoever in take away the physical education, knowledge of history and, you know, science and stuff like that? There's not, all the schooling stuff is kind of like a little overrated. Take away audio and video, there's not a whole lot of reason to watch a Twitch stream. You could take away video from this Twitch stream, it would still be okay. There's also, and again, I mean, I would describe this as punching down, but I think the people that is punching down to would take it more as an insult if I said that I was punching down than for what I'm actually going to say. So I don't know how to deal with that situation. However, there seem to also be like a lot of posts where, and they're all on Facebook, where a pregnant woman will be like, I'm 37 weeks pregnant. My doctor advised me to give birth in a hospital because I have like 20 medical complications, but I've already had one baby and it went fine. Is there any way I could get like a new doctor who will just do whatever I want them to do? And then the majority of the Facebook comments are always supportive, and it's scary. Like I saw one that was like describing like you're the doctor's client. If you're not happy with what the doctor's recommending, then you should work to find someone whose goals align with yours. And I'm like, hey, you know what? In a lot of situations, I can see that. You know, but maybe not like when you're 3 weeks away from an incredibly like medically intense and dangerous procedure. I think you maybe get out of the customer mindset a little bit, but or posts that are like, hey, my daughter has a fever of 104 degrees Fahrenheit, and she's making 6 diarrhea diapers a day, but apart from that, she doesn't have any symptoms. Does anyone know what could be the problem? You're like, apart from a severe medical grade fever and another symptom, she doesn't have any symptoms. I didn't know you could do that, man. Do her eyeballs have a yellow tinge? Anyway, I'm sorry. I mean, again, this is like, it's a sensitive topic. What can I say? I'm a changed man. I told you, it's the ship of Theseus, man. I'm different now. I'm taking prisoners. Wait, no, what's worse? People always say taking no prisoners, but I don't know. I think taking prisoners is like a little scarier. Maybe because everybody, when they're going sicko mode, they say they're taking no prisoners. If someone's going sicko mode and they're taking prisoners, I'd be like, damn, dude, fucking just kill me instead, please. Tell the chief, don't save any cages. Can I just get, like, a damage upgrade? Have you seen the one about goat advice? I have not seen the one about goat advice. You did? Yeah, but like a good one. Come on, I got 2.62 damage. Be reasonable. That one is good? Alright, whatever. I'm sick. You can't judge me. The goat advice one's really good. Dude, honestly, I don't want to spoil it. Because I'm gonna read through those posts again tonight. That's like my reading material after I pretend to be asleep so the baby goes to sleep herself. Like, that's more of a spoiler than any television show you could possibly offer to me right now. React corded. Dude, because it really is punching down. Like, it's... At least most of React Court is just relatively normal seeming people that are like... Oh, we need to keep the urn. That are like, hey, I'm like a normal person except I have this one insane social thing that I want to be validated on. This is just like... It just sucks because like... The moms, whatever, right? Like, they had their chance. If you're my age and you're like, I want to treat hypothermia with, like, essential oils, whatever, you know? Like, as long as you're not my doctor. I mean, you had your chance, okay? It's just, this is harder because they have kids. So you really just feel bad for the kids. But then you start the Ouroboros, right? And you're like, well, probably the moms of the moms has some problems too. And then you're like, I mean, at some point, I guess you gotta take some responsibility. But you're like, it's kind of a chain of this sort of stuff. Leave urn and reroll. I'm sorry, I can't. I just can't. Because if I'll die. That's how fragile I am right now. If I re-roll on the one room and this run becomes worse than it is right now, I will die on stream. Of a broken heart. That's okay, you noob. Not okay to me if I die. Yeah, plus dying on stream is very against TOS. Probably. Please? Oh, that's pretty good. I can live with that. Is that good? Yeah, that's pretty good. You know what? That's pretty good. Probably get... You know what? I bet I get a 24-hour for that. That's my guess. It's just kind of crazy to me. I mean, that's why, like, the medicine stuff, you really feel bad for the kids. Obviously, it's just a tragic story. That's fantastic news. But that's why, in a weird way, the driving one was almost like just quality, wholesome entertainment. I'm not saying the kid was not at risk, because obviously... You should not have your 3-year-old driving a car. Take one of these real quick. Especially like an inch away from the airbag. But you know. I mean, at least it's not as tragic as, like, my kid is sick, but I don't believe in Tylenol. There was another, I'm sorry I keep going into this, but there's another one that was like, this medication is so much better than Tylenol, plus it's not made by Big Pharma, so they're not preying on your demise, and it's even cheaper than Tylenol. Go check it out, and it was a photo of acetaminophen. It was just like a no-name brand acetaminophen. I was like, come on, man. We gotta do better than this. They're kind of not wrong. What do you? It's the same thing. It's like they're chirally identical. You got food poisoning? Me too. Wait, you know what? Okay, chat. Anybody here get food poisoning and live in the Lower Mainland in the last week? Maybe we could like contagion this shit. No. OMG me. I don't believe you. I think it's just me. Wait a minute. What's a restaurant? A restaurant in Vancouver that only I eat at. Tick, 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 tick. One weekly customer. Tick, 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 tick. Thus, there's no outbreak reported. Tick, 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 tick. It's fucking Subway, dude. No! A restaurant with only one weekly diner. It's not possible. Not because I don't want it to be possible, but legitimately because I only had Subway after the food poisoning symptoms abated. I haven't eaten Subway in a while before the food poisoning. I gotta take Lil Dumpy, right? All I know is that Sinvicta won't take it. As a result, I need to position it's just analytics. Don't take it personally. I need to position myself as he who takes it. Maybe Subway gave you double food poisoning in this economy? No, I didn't eat any Jif peanut butter. I did see that recall too. Honestly, this is the thing, is so hard to trace, right? So I understand why people go like, oh, it was definitely the Taco Bell. Because it's, you know, we're pattern solving animals. But I really can't come up with an origin point for the illness. I definitely think, and this is like, this takes maturity. If I had to guess, I think it's, I was cleaning the cat litter, didn't wash my hands sufficiently, touched my face, pooped my pants, had sex, something like that, Morbius style. My second and like roughly equivalent guess, during food preparation, was preparing the food, didn't wash my hands adequately, licked my fingers, pooped my pants, something like that. You know, I would say both. I'm not blaming any restaurants. My guess is that it probably is a result of me, to be honest, rather than the result of a restaurant. But it could have been a restaurant, but I would guess it's probably me. It's a me, Mario. Help me. This is horrible. Don't take that. Shouldn't have drank the hot dog water straight from the bag. You guys don't do, when you open a plastic package of chicken thighs, you don't squeeze the juice into your mouth? Wow, must be nice to be part of the 1%. Let all that chicken juice go to waste. Is that bad? You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to do that. That's free flavor. That's where all the flavor is, man. In all the antibiotics that got excreted out over the absolute drubbing that it got over the transport chain en route from Kentucky to Vancouver. Okay, we've made it again. At this point, nothing can kill me. One time, my dad had food poisoning for like a month, and the only thing he could eat was this box of granola bars he had at his desk at work. He would force one down every day just to eat something. Turns out those had a recall and were giving it to him. Holy cow. I do want to say your dad is a legend. Because I was... So what... If you didn't see the last session we did here, my current hypothesis is that I basically got a cold and then got followed up with food poisoning. I thought a couple of times over the past 3 days or so that if I got food poisoning again, like a different foodborne illness, it might kill me. So your dad having a month straight of food poisoning and not being killed by it is kind of incredible. I went to work as a waiter once with food poisoning. It was horrible. I can't believe you could do it, honestly. Quite frankly. Anyway, slash marker me. I'm just going to take a second, drink some water. I'm just happy we're here.